Hello, and welcome back. First thing first, the main point of the video, which we will fucking ramble on about, is that I'm now technically in my suggested BMI parameters. I think it's 24.9 between 15 and 25 BMI. My body weight is pretty much scientifically proven and government suggested to be perfect right now. I mean, what more can I say? Other than the fact that I feel like utter shite. But the reason I feel like utter shite isn't because I'm underweight or anything. It's because I am ill for the first time in 6 years. Barring hangovers, but they don't count because they're self-inflicted and it's nothing to do with my immune system. I'm counting that. So, needless to say, I'm not going out this weekend. I'm going to actually fucking chill out. But I've got a throat infection and trained on Tuesday, which was a fucking intense session. It fucking was. I was pagging after it, and then I had a bath, got up the next morning. I was aching and just tired the full day, and then slowly my throat was hurting more and more, and obviously I put it down to it's obviously an infection. I'm doing all of my home remedies that I always prescribe to every fucker else, and it is helping the throat, to be fair. You can't see it, but this is a wet cup, and I've had honey and lemon and hot water. It was actually really bloody nice. I've nearly had half a ton, fuck off, nearly had half a jar of honey, Morrison's honey, I picked it up yesterday, already. I've had a full tub of Ben and Jerry's, and I'm still dropping weight because it's hurting to eat, which is the second worst punishment for me. And that's quite a statement. Not being able to eat and not enjoying it, because I'm like, oh my god. The only thing I'm really managing to eat at the minute is heavily buttered toast, which but without the crust, because I normally ram it in 2 seconds. It's taking me ages to eat. So the only food I'm getting at the minute is that, and basically I'm going to go back out and get some Ben and Jerry's, because even with that I'm dropping weight, and I know I'll be fine in the long run, but I don't want to go too far. I don't want to be on the other end of that BMI spectrum, because I'll do some damage to myself. My body will not take that, going from being massive to like skinny as fuck, because that's like heroin addict. If at my current weight I'm wearing a small top and it's baggy, that's telling me something that I can't go for. I can't drop down 10 points of my BMI from now. I will be nothing. I'll be a rake. That's where the problem with BMI is. But I actually, controversial opinion, agree with the BMI. Have a little bit of drink of juice, leave it to sit there, offend some people. As a guide, it's pretty good. So, fuck me. As a guide, unless you are an extraordinary human being and you're exceptionally tall, or rather short or small, wasn't trying to Dr. Zeus it there, but I've got a little bit of it in me. Then it's probably a good guide, because I'm not really tall and I'm not really small. I'm an average size, less than average in others, but we won't go there because we technically haven't had any complaints to my face just yet. Still doing reviews, still doing surveys as we speak. Not really, I'm actually not, and that's possibly where, without revealing too much information, where this infection probably came from. I feel like shit. Where was I going with this? BMI, generally good guide. Now I've made it to this point, I don't intend on sticking here. I probably will put a bit more on around 170, 175 is probably where I should be, realistically speaking, because that's where I felt at my best. To be fair, so I wouldn't say I've got a six pack. I wouldn't. I've got abs, because they're there. If I tense in the right lighting, you can see them, which is a massive confidence booster. I'm not gonna lie. When I'm stood there, if I'm stood there in front of company in my birthday suit, I know that I am looking at the best I've ever looked. So I'm not ashamed, and I'm just going, just like, you'd have to believe me that there was company there. Take it on my word, or just don't believe it at all. That's fine. So I actually got called skinny the other day, which, I probably mentioned it before in this video, as a former larger gentleman, I find that hard to believe. It's somewhat surreal. In your head, it's trying to get over something that's not. It doesn't sound right because you've heard it for too long. You basically, you're fat, you're porky, you're chubby, you're blocky, as some people might say. You're oh Jesus, man. I don't feel sick. I just feel ill. It's strange when someone describes you as something that you've not been called that for a long time. Again, humble brag. It's like when someone referred to me as a 10 out of 10. I'm not even that deluded. I'm not a 10 out of 10. I've gone up a couple of notches on my numbers, like as in my value. If I was a 3 before, I'm probably like a 6 or a 7. I know some people might say I'm probably more of a 4 or 5. That's up to you. I don't mind. In my head, I'm thereabouts 6 or 7, 6.5, 7 maybe. Once you include all of my other characteristics, I'm pretty damn good. And I'm actually, women are not worthy of me. I sound like an egotistical up my own ass bumhole, but from experience, it's not a good representative that I've met yet from the other side. That sounds really up myself. Feel free to ignore me and just presume that I am a cunt, because I am. Fuck a doodle doo. I am so zapped. I feel a little bit drunk because of this like fever, and I made sure I decided not to drive into work today, because I knew that if I'm feeling a bit woozy, it's probably not a good idea to kill someone, or at least run over someone. But downer on my day at least. But yeah, fuck me. I think basically the point of this video was to report that I'm currently at the recommended BMI. Pardon me. And the fact that I need to put some more weight on shortly, because I'm concerned that this sort of illness may occur more frequently if I carry on. But that's somewhat linked to other things. I'm going to end it here. I'm tired. Focus is not my thing right now. Au revoir.